There goes the runner. It's low. There's the throw. And it's a good throw.
The real boys of summer play right here. RCN4, the live wire of communications and the home for Legion Baseball.
From Sam Balliet Stadium in Copley, Pennsylvania, RCN4 Sports presents the District 11 Class 3A Boys Semifinal Baseball game. It's Game 2 today here at Copley, and it features the number 4 seed, the Nazareth Blue Eagles. They come in with a 16-4 record under head coach Rob Prosser, as they'll take on the Emmaus Green Hornets, 19-1 on the year, number 1 in the tournament, number 1 right now in the state of Pennsylvania. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Dick Tracy. Welcome to Game 2 of today's action. And, Dick, much like Game 1, this one promises to be a real pitcher's duel. We've got Fry on the mound for Nazareth, and we've got undefeated Matt Funk on the mound for Emmaus.
Yeah, if fans are looking for a reason to go home watch NYPD Blue, this might be it, Gary, because you really have 4 chuckers, and the future is going to be time. They're going to pitch well.
Emmaus has had themselves just a terrific baseball season. They only have 1 loss this year to Governor Mifflin. They went out to play in a state tournament. They won that state tournament. They have a forfeit, which sort of helped them in terms of state playoff numbers. But, Dick, everybody has talked about the Green Hornets as probably being the best team, not only in our area, but in the state.
Yeah, and the main reason for that, Gary, is they have that commodity, which means the most in high school baseball, pitching.
Mm-hmm.
They got 3 kids with an ERA under 1. You know, they have a tremendous ratio of strikeouts to base on balls. They're control pitchers. 2 of them are lefties, a little bit unusual. They just have an outstanding pitching staff.
Nazareth, too, has had a great season. They just haven't had anything to show for it. They would love to get by, of course, Emmaus today and get themselves into the championship final on Thursday, which we, of course, will broadcast for you right here on RCN4. With that in mind, let's take a look at the Nazareth Blue Eagles starting lineup. The kids that will go up there for Rob Prosser in starting today's game. And I think we always talk about Fry as a great pitcher. He is the leading batter. His average now under 500. Last time we had him, he was over, but he's at 475. Then Groff, Jensen, Fry. That's Troy Fry, the junior, batting 262 cleanup. And then Walk, Mosteller, Brown, Wyckoff, and Orwick. And Dick, Mosteller and Walk have really done well in the clutch here of late.
Yeah, in fact, they were both involved in that squeeze we saw last week. That's one of the best plays I've seen in high school in a long, long while. How he ever got that bunt down is beyond me at all. A real suicide situation. But what I like about Nazareth, they're all athletes. You know what I mean? They're multiple sports guys. They've all played the game. They've been around it. 3 pitchers who can pitch out of 9 players on the field. Yeah, they do. They just haven't gotten over that big hump.
John Schreiner comes in with his Emmaus Ball Club just a little bit nervous. Funk is a little bit under the weather. I guess it would be odd to say that he's feeling a little funky right now, but they're hoping that he can go. As we are preparing our pregame show, we do think it will be Funk on the mound. But this is a ball club, Dick, that really relies on pitching more than anything else, although they are hitting 350 as a team.
Yeah, and again, when you can add that port side, you know, unusual to batters to see a lot of that. High schoolers especially, when they got their lineups with 2 or 3 lefties, boy, they think that's great. And now all of a sudden that lefty batter comes against a prime lefty thrower. And as we said, Emmaus has 2 of those. Gary, I really do think it's the pitching of Emmaus that's the most dominant thing around.
They're not all that bad hitting the baseball, though. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. The kids that will be at bat. Leading off will be Parr, batting over 400. Sante is batting over 500. Grinovisky is batting over 400. Martin over 400. So, Dick, the first 4 is certainly a murderer's row. Then they go to Lowe, Walbert, Moyer, and Zaya. Zaya will be the catcher, and, of course, the designated hitter will be Pat Lowe. So, Funk will not get an opportunity to bat. John Schreiner, in only his 2nd year, has put together a terrific baseball team. This should be an excellent semifinal baseball game. So sit back, relax. It's Emmaus taking on Nazareth, perhaps a pitcher's duel. We'll have the first pitch right after this timeout.
How many of these have you seen on these lately? Since Scott is the largest Chevrolet Chrysler Plymouth Saab dealer in Pennsylvania, it's no wonder you see them everywhere. Scott is known for having an incredible selection, one of the highest customer satisfaction ratings, and a great service team. That keeps our customers very happy. It keeps Bill happy too. He's got job security and a new electric screwdriver. Scott on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile.
Catch the best doggy in town at Willie Joe's. Whether it's steak sandwiches, hamburgers, or our world-famous chili dogs, try for yourself what everyone is raving about. We've been an Allentown tradition since 1945 with our original store at 15th and Liberty Streets, or try our store on Lehigh Street just off of Route 309 next to Redner's, where you can also enjoy the best steamed clams in town or an ice-cold drink. Stop by Willie Joe's today. We're not just another fast food place. We're great food fast.
You get a look at Matt Funk, who would be starting today for Emmaus. The winner, of course, gets Freedom. Scott Garskar with the gem earlier, a no-hitter for the Freedom Patriots. They won that ball game by a 6-0 score. Let's set the defense for the Green Hornets for you. At first base will be Kevin Walbert. The second baseman is Chris Grimanowski. The shortstop, Paul Sante. The third baseman, Jeremy Moyer. Out in left field, Steve Parr. The center fielder is Brian Martin. In right field, Steve Moyer. And behind the plate will be Chris Zaya. Out on the mound, he's 6'2". He's 173 pounds. The left-handed senior is Matt Funk. He is 7-0 on the year. We gave you 6-0 earlier, and he's 7-0 because he won the championship or the quarterfinal game. When they beat Northampton by a 9-3 score, Funk was on the mound. He's got a 0.56 ERA, fabulous ERA, in 37 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 8 runs, 3 of them earned, 24 hits, 44 strikeouts, only 7 walks. He's hit a batter. That is Matt Funk. The umpires, Bill Exaris, will be calling balls and strikes. You see the little doohickey on his back there. That will allow us to listen in to Bill Exaris. Bill Pencil out on first base. Tom Redding is at second, and Tom Gerchek is at third base. Ryan Fry will step in. Outstanding pitcher, but also an outstanding hitter. Batting .475 on the year. He was over 500 most of the season. 28 hits, 4 doubles, 6 triples, 5 home runs. So unusual power for a leadoff man. 17 RBIs, 26 runs scored, and 15 stolen bases. Area team in almost every offensive category, Richard.
Excuse me, area awaits the news for Ryan Fry. Tomorrow's decision day. They'll draft baseball. What's he going to do?
And I think there are rumors that there's already good news in the Ryan Fry household. Swung on and missed, strike one. Funk with a real good fastball, good curve, good control. As we are going to be looking at 2 outstanding pitchers today.
Great.
Not that we didn't see a good one with Garskar.
Great stats by Funk there. Want to go into one big number for him.
The 0-1 pitch. Just off the corner, 1-1. Good crowd here. It's a beautiful night now for baseball. A little muggy, but not all that uncomfortable. As the first ball game, Freedom wins it 6-0. So we'll be back here, hopefully for doubleheader action on Thursday. As that ball is fouled back over the screen behind the catcher, and the count goes to 1-2.
They say a 2-to-1 ratio, strikeouts to base on balls is good. How about Funk? 6-to-1.
That's better than good for sure. When you only give up 3 runs in a season, you have had yourself a great one. He has. And they start the strikeout applause. High, ball 2. I think he does bring it.
He does. So far, it's been the heat. They tell me he gets a little cute, too, with changing speeds. Thus far, against Fry, it's been heat.
He appears to be certainly as quick as Ryan is, and Ryan, we know, is a good fastball. That ball is jumped on by Fry, deep into left center field, and that ball is going to be a home run. Ryan Fry greets Matt Funk with a round tripper.
Honestly, Gary, truthfully, was just going to say, you keep throwing Fry heat, and if he catches up with it, you got a foul ball back that he just got under. Well, this one he got right on top, and it was speed, velocity off the mound, and speed, velocity off the bat.
his 6th home run of the year, and watch how he jumps all over this fastball. It's up a little bit. Wow, right down the wheelhouse, and he crushed it. Out over the 360 sign, making chase Brian Martin, but there's no way he can climb the fence to get to that. Justin Groff steps in, the left fielder, batting .339. He looks at a slow curve. 19 hits, a couple of doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs, 22 runs scored, and 12 stolen bases. Fastball right on the corner, and Funk way ahead of Fry, 0-2.
Well, he was ahead of Fry. Did not come with it with the change of speeds or the breaking ball. He did it on the very first pitch to Graff.
High ball 1-2. As Dick said, nothing but heat to Fry, and he was kind of used to the velocity on the 5th pitch as he drills it over the left center field fence. 1-0 Blue Eagles. Slow curveball is punched to the second baseman, and Grivaniski puts it away for out number 1.
Had Graff way out in front when he changed up on the curve. Fine pitch, very easy pop to second.
Brian Jensen, who if Nazareth wins would probably pitch on Thursday, the shortstop, steps in. 242 on the year, 16 hits, 13 runs, 6 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 14 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. Real nice numbers for Brian Jensen. Popping the glove for a strike is Matt Funk.
Most of the heat so far has been on the outside corner. One to Fry was not.
The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 0-2.
Rather intimidating, Gary. The hit by Fry would help take some of the sting out of the batters going out and facing him for the first time.
I'm most impressed with Fry's hit, because this guy is throwing some heat. And timeout called by Brian Jensen. That has a tendency to upset a pitcher a little bit, especially when it's an 0-2 count. A little chin music, maybe.
Lefties are too smart to wait.
He didn't waste any. First strikeout of the baseball game. The 45th of the year by Funk. Troy Fry and cleanup. Junior right fielders. You get a look at the hard fastball.
Do not think he's gone beyond 1 ball yet, has he? Everything has come in nice.
He ran a 2-2 to Fry. That was
That's
it.
right.
262 hitter is Troy Fry. 11 hits, a double, 2 triples, a couple of home runs, 13 RBIs. This one fouled into the Nazareth side of Balliet Stadium. Fry has 10 runs scored and 4 stolen bases.
Troy Fry, one of the juniors on this team, has had several key hits.
Nazareth beat Pleasant Valley 6-5. Jarrett Brown's base hit won the ball game in the 9th. Emmaus had the easiest victory in the quarterfinals. Troy Fry jumps on that one, hits it out into center field. Brian Martin camps under. Brian Martin has no trouble with that. But a leadoff home run has given Nazareth a 1-0 lead. It was 1 run, 1 hit, no errors in the inning, nobody left on base. And at the end of 1/2 inning of play, Nazareth leads it by a 1-0 score. Fred J. Moyer Plumbing is with us tonight. They've been family owned and operated in Allentown since 1910. Use their experience for all your plumbing needs, from new kitchen and bath work, minor residential repairs, to major industrial jobs, commercial renovations, the sewer and water line replacement. Fred J. Moyer is fully licensed throughout the Lehigh Valley area. Call them today. The number 432-6629. Get a free estimate and see why over 80% of their customers return to Fred J. Moyer's for their next job. MasterCard and Visa are always accepted. The Nazareth Blue Eagle defense. At first base will be Jarrett Brown. Second base, Matt Wyckoff. The shortstop is Brian Jensen. Jeff Remmel is at third. Justin Groff is out in left field. Mike Walk in center. Troy Fry, the right fielder. And the battery, Walt Pee Wee Mosteller behind the plate. And there you get a look at 6'1", 205-pound senior right-hander Ryan Fry. 8-3 on the year. This is his 13th appearance, a 1.70. ERA. 66 innings pitched, 27 runs, or 26 runs, 16 of them earned, 45 hits, 111 strikeouts, 40 walks, and he's hit a batter. That's Ryan Fry. He will face Steve Parr. Parr, the junior left fielder, batting .408 on the season. 17 hits, 6 doubles, a couple of triples, 4 RBIs, 15 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases. Steve Parr for the Green Hornets.
Green Hornets coming up here ranked #1 in the state of Pennsylvania.
Their only loss this season came to Governor Mifflin by a 5-2 score. Very impressive tournament win at Penn State when they beat State College and North Allegheny to win the Penn State Best of High School Baseball tournament. Fry right at the letter, strike one.
Important aspect of Fry's delivery: stay ahead in the count. Don't have to pitch from behind.
Curveball, low and outside, 1-1. They do have a forfeit win in Emmaus in their 19-1 record, as Penridge had signed a contract to play them and then could not. Emmaus, feeling that they needed the win to help them in points as far as districts are concerned, took it. You get a run an inning, and that's why it goes down officially as a 7-0 ball game. The 2-1 pitch by Fry. Foul tip, strike two, 2-2.
Yeah, they figured they had to take that win to keep them up there in the rankings and the numbers that you need in playoff competition, and thus they did.
All the local media have them as their #1 team in the Lehigh Valley. So if Nazareth wins here, it would be considered a mild upset because Nazareth has a terrific team themselves. The ball is right on the fist, and it's fouled back our way. And the count will remain 2-2.
Of the top 25 teams in the Pennsylvania, already mentioned several times, Emmaus #1. Nazareth also ranked at 25, and I believe Freedom is 22.
Well, Freedom has a chance to move up in those rankings because they are 1 game away from a district championship. As they got here with some good hitting, timely hitting, scored 2 runs in the first 3 innings. Garskar only needed 1. He pitched a no-hitter. Count goes full on Parr. Reach back a little low. So the leadoff batter for Emmaus gets a base on balls, and it brings up Paul Sante. As you get a look at ball 4, and it was the shortstop, batting .525, 31 hits, 8 of them doubles, a triple, a home run, 23 RBIs, 23 runs scored, and a couple of stolen bases. Parr has 3 stolen bases on the year. We saw Mosteller's arm in the Mountain Valley Conference Championship. He is not the kind of guy you steal on lightly.
Pretty good move by Fry that time over to first. That's just a message.
Strike one. It looks like Bill Exaris is going to give the high strike.
Yes, it does. Both pitchers have come with a high heat so far.
Giving the high strike is not necessarily good for a pitcher. That's not where you want to put the baseball. So if you're forced to bring it down a little bit, sometimes it's better. The 0-1. That's high, and that's not a strike. That's a wild pitch, and that gets Steve Parr down to second base. And now you have to think about perhaps bunting him the third.
On the day that Freedom beat Fry and the Blue Eagles for the Mountain Valley Championship, as we watch the replay, boy, you talk about high. The walk and the wild pitch got him in a heap of trouble.
Marty Rowan, Dan Moyer, and Rob Gonkoski, the assistant coaches to John Schreiner at Emmaus. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball, low and away, ball 2, 2-1.
That's kidding, Rob Gonkoski. So when you're low man on the coaching totem pole, you got to sit the first game down the right field line, scouting a possible opponent.
And that's what he did in game 1.
He did.
Randy Fry, Jason Strunk assisting Rob Prosser over at Nazareth. Just inside, just off the plate, 3-1.
Well, Emmaus playing it smart so far. Waiting this guy out and getting a lot of ball calls. 3-1 here and already a walk issued.
Pee Wee goes out to talk to Ryan Fry. Got to find out how Walt Mosteller got the name Pee Wee. He's the biggest Pee Wee I've ever seen.
When he goes out to the mound, they listen.
I guess. 3-1 count. Runner on second. Steve Parr. Nobody down. Bottom of the first. Nazareth up by a 1-0 score. That time he bends the shoulder a little bit. Brings the ball right down the heart of the plate. The count goes full.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
People still coming in here as we've got a good crowd on hand. And the Pottsville baseball team, beaten 6-0 in our opener, has stayed to watch this game. That ball is a high fastball that is jumped on. Groff is back and back and back, and this is out of here. Oh my, Paul Sante with a 2-run home run, as both these teams have gone long ball.
Well, how to get a lead back in a hurry. Walk the guy, go 3-1, and sizzle it down the middle. Exactly what happened, and just as we saw in the first game, this one, I'll tell you, Groff thinks he has this, Gary. He has a beat on and just keeps drifting. The ball keeps carrying.
Dick, I'll go back to the point I made about getting the high strike. That ball was up. It was a fastball. It was jumped on. That's the exact same spot Ryan Fry hit his home run.
Whoa.
And just like that, Emmaus comes right back to score a couple on Fry. We thought this might be 0-0 through the 10th. And we've got 3 runs on the board already. Grinovisky steps in. Chris Grinovisky, the second baseman, takes a called strike one, batting .414 on the year. 24 hits, 6 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs, 22 runs scored, and 8 stolen bases. 1-1.
Paul Sante, who leads the team in hits with 31, no one really close to him, made that 32nd a certain one.
Out. Grinovisky is hit by a pitch. So certainly not the kind of start you would expect out of Ryan Fry.
Now batting number 10, the center fielder, Brian Martin.
Ooh, a little bit lower. That one really hurts. Not that that one didn't sting. Brian Martin, cleanup hitter, steps in. Center fielder, batting .491. 24 hits, 6 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 40 RBIs, 15 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases.
40 RBIs, Gary. That's astounding in a 20-game season football, in baseball.
You got to play him a little deep in this ballpark. The ball gets away, and there goes Grinovisky down to second base. And I believe we have an error on the pitcher.
I had E1 on this guy in the dirt.
Got to play him a little deep in this. So our first error in 2 ball games. We had none in the opening ball game. Puts a runner on second base. Ball 1.
Both times he's hurt himself with a walk and with a hit by pitch. Followed that up with a wild pitch and now a E1.
Pickoff play and another bad throw. That one about 10 feet in front of second base. And another error on the pitcher.
Fry talking out there in the mound, the dugout, Gary.
Tough play for shortstop Brian Jensen, as not only did he have to try to follow a badly thrown ball, but Grinovisky was also sliding back and blocking his view. Martin has only looked at 1 pitch, and it was a ball. Still nobody out for the Hornets. Tie, ball 2, 2-0.
Martin comes in tied for second number of hits. on the Green Hornet team with 24.
High ball 3. Fry has been up with his pitches.
Well, Grinovisky is really driving a little batty on the bases. At first, at second, now at third.
The 3-0 pitch swung on and missed as Martin got the green light.
Green Hornet gets green light.
Probably just looking for Martin to put the ball somewhere to score Grinovisky.
Nazareth already with the infield in. Do not want to give up any more runs.
The 3-1. Popped up in foul territory. Remmel is over. Comes back into fair territory and almost misjudged out number 1.
I don't know what it is with the ball tonight, Gary. These guys are really, they're circling under these pops and fly balls.
What do they call it, a high sky?
Jeez.
Obviously, Grinovisky wasn't inclined to get out of the way. Pat Lowe will step in, the 5th batter, designated hitter, 297, 11 hits. 1 double and 1 home run are his extra base hits, 9 RBIs, 10 runs scored. He has not stolen a base, ball 1.
Fry gave an indication coming out of the early funk there, guy. Down 3-0, hung in against cleanup hitter. Got a little pop-up third.
Here comes the base stealer. Grinovisky at home, he'll score. So Grinovisky takes full advantage of Fry's wildness. He gets hit by a pitch, goes to second on an errant throw by Fry, third on an errant throw by Fry, and now a wild pitch brings him home.
Did he manufacture a runner, didn't he? Hit by a pitch, goes to second on an error, goes to third on an error, comes home in a wild pitch. Ball not even touched.
And that brings Randy Fry out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Ryan down by a 3-1 score as he walked the leadoff batter Parr. Sante jumped all over a high fastball and put it over the fence in left center field. And then Grinovisky, as Dick just described, just worked his way around the bases.
Coach, first inning.
And you hear Bill Exaris tell Coach Fry that that is an official visit to the mound. You're allowed 2, I believe.
That next one, he pull him.
This is not the kind of first inning we expected. Ball 1.
3 balls.
Make it ball 3. Have to say hello to Andy Weaver. Andy's rooting for Nazareth, so he's got to be a little glum right now. He's my favorite fan. And I know Andy is taping this as he just doesn't know what to watch tonight. And he'll be looking at the Blue Eagles. 3-1 as the scoreboard clock reads 1-1. Confusing everyone but Chris Michael. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
3 balls.
The
2
count
strikes,
goes full.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Fry has run that ball smashed between first and second base. Right out to Troy Fry. He picks it up. And base hit by Lowe. Dick Fry, facing 5 batters, has run 3 ball counts on all but 1.
Has gotten only 1 out of the first 5. The home run was certainly solid. This one was certainly solid to right. Mixing a base on balls, hit by pitch. You know, you've seen a variety of offensive displays here by Emmaus already.
Kevin Walbert, strike 1, 286 on the season, 10 hits, a single, double, triple, and home run. RBIs 5, runs scored 12, and he stole a base. High hopper down the Wyckoff, potential double play ball. It's 4 to 6 to 3, and that does finally get the Blue Eagles out of the inning. But not before they score does Emmaus. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors in the inning. There was no one left on base. Emmaus 3, Nazareth 1 after 1. Stay with us.
I love my new hot rod. Those flames scare the other guys. 5,000 horsepower helps too. And a fat bankroll. You know, we've been running Autolite spark plugs forever, but I could wring more money out of someone else. Money's good. My crew burns it. So I tell the guys we're going to run a different plug. They say no. I say I'm the boss. They say Autolite keeps this monster lit.
Your one-stop auto parts place in the valley is Whitehall Auto Parts, MacArthur Road.
There goes the runner. It's low. There's the throw. And it's a good throw.
The real boys of summer play right here. RCN4, the live wire of communications and the home for Legion Baseball.
Top of the second inning. The Nazareth Blue Eagles will send up batters 5, 6, and 7. It'll be Mike Walk to lead it off. The center fielder batting .259. 15 hits, 4 doubles, and a triple. 12 RBIs, 11 runs scored, and 6 stolen bases. So Nazareth, which I'm sure felt pretty good when Fry hit that home run, all of a sudden they find themselves down 3-1 after only 1.
Yeah, they got to, cue in off Fry's home run, guys. Staying in against this guy. Only 1 K. Got Justin Graff popped to second. And then Troy Fry got a little bit of piece of that thing and hit it dead center.
The 0-1 pitch to Walk. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-1. Other ball games, of course, of interest that are being played as we speak. In Class AA, Wilson taking on Palisades. That was the 8 o'clock game. Saucon Valley Pine Grove was a 5 o'clock game, AA baseball. Should Saucon Valley or Wilson or both win that ball game, we'll have their championship game for you on Thursday. We know we're going to have the AAA ball game because Freedom is already in the final, and we've got doubleheader softball, and we'll tell you what games are going on there tonight also. The 1-2 pitch to Walk. Ball is fouled back. The count remains 1-2. District 11 softball championships, the semifinals, Class AAA. Liberty taking on Parkland. Pottsville against the Emmaus in AA. Penargil, we know, beat Bangor today. And Southern Lehigh playing Bethlehem Catholic. We'll have doubleheader softball championship action for you also on Thursday. So baseball marathon. Baseball and softball coming your way on Thursday. In the dirt, ball 2. Speaking of Thursday, the neighbor section of the Morning Call, Keith Grower doing a story on RCN Sports this Thursday. So take a good read, and our thanks to Mr. Grower. RCN 4 Sports, #1 in baseball coverage. As we stay with the young people, we've got Legion Baseball right around the corner. Speaking of corners, how about the inside part of the plate for strikeout number 2 by Matt Funk?
Let's take a good look at this one, Gary. Just called is just swinging. I think he breaks the plane here. Yeah, we're going to charge him with a K swinging.
I don't think it mattered very much. That ball was right on the inside part of the plate. Walt Mosteller steps in, .321. 17 hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run, 14 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and no stolen bases. You might wonder how a guy can have all those hits and RBIs and only score 3 runs. Well, he has a designated runner almost every time he gets on. I think you ought to give him credit for a run scored, even if he's not out there. The 0-1, slow curveball, and that went right off of Pee Wee's leg.
You never know it. Have to throw the ball out.
I was more concerned about the ball.
Talking to his football coach, Chris Gerhard, between games, Gary, and boy, does he realize he has something of a talent coming back at linebacker.
Well, now I know how he got the name. The next time we get a shot of Pee Wee. I think he is short because look how long his pants are. The 0-2. I have been impressed with Mr. Funk. Strikeout number 3, and he is humming that fastball. Jarrett Brown steps
see
in.
it, this one is definitely a called third strike, and again on the corner. Tell you, both pitchers must be pleased with the umpire strike zone tonight.
Good,
very, very liberal.
Good pop, Dick, and a cloud of dust out of the glove of Zaya. Strike 1.
How'd you like to stand in lefty against this lefty? That would be tough.
The 0-1, beat into the ground. Should be an easy play for Walbert as he tags out the runner. So unassisted by the first baseman. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Nazareth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And another look at it. Richard?
Thought someone was going to do a little squeal in here, Gary, that he misses them. Don't see how. No.
If you're looking for a quality used car, stop into Mike Davis Auto Sales. Where are they? Shot Avenue, Mickley Road in Whitehall, where you'll be guaranteed an honest and fair price. Mike Davis has everything from compacts to minivans, and most carry warranties. Financing is also available. So make your next used car purchase at Mike Davis Auto Sales. You won't regret it. Mike Davis Auto Sales is a family-owned business run by Mike and Bonnie Davis since 1983. Chris Michael will be joining us at the microphone for innings 4 and 5 tonight, as we'll drag him away from the PA here at Copley, where he does it all season long. Speaking of all season, we do have Legion baseball for you around the corner. June 10th, I believe, is our opener. We'll be right here at Copley. The Mud Hens against Copley. Batters 7, 8, and 9 for Emmaus. Jeremy Moyer. As we get a look at a brand new pitcher for the Blue Eagles, as they are going to bring Brian Jensen in to pitch right now. They move Fry to third base. So, Dick, I can only assume the feeling is that Brian just didn't have it tonight.
Again, between games, I'm talking to the Nazareth coaching staff, Gary, and they said would not hesitate to go to Jensen early. Didn't follow up by asking injury or, you know, overworked or what, and just settled for, okay, Jensen's my second choice. That means if somehow you go back and you win this one and you're not satisfied with Fry, then you go to the other Fry.
And you certainly don't lose a great deal with Brian Jensen. Brian Jensen is 5-1 on the year. He has pitched 44 2/3 innings. He has given up 38 hits, 28 runs, 25 of them earned. So he has an ERA of 3.92. So Brian Jensen will move in to pitch for Nazareth as Fry goes 1 inning. Moving to shortstop, we'll give you in a moment, as Ryan Fry will move to third base, where he plays when he does not pitch.
I believe it's Remmel, Gary. Not sure.
And I think it is Remmel who is at shortstop. Or is it Wyckoff? Number 9, Wyckoff, moves to shortstop. As we have a 2-0 count to Jeremy Moyer. Moyer batting .292. Strike 1, 7 hits, a couple of doubles, 8 RBIs, 8 runs scored, no stolen bases. So we need to find out who went to second base. Remmel is at second. So Jeff Remmel moves from third to second. Wyckoff moves from second to short. And Fry moves from the mound to third. And Jensen moves from shortstop to pitcher. That ball almost jumped on. That one got up a little bit too. And that's strike 2. Is that very close to us? But I have no fear. Mr. Tracy's reaction time just as good as it was in 1906.
Thank you. Thank you. I was already a budding teenager then.
You never had any buddings, did you? Count full. The 3-2 pitch. Beat into the ground. And Moyer will come back.
I realized I was almost engaged in the boxer rebellion about that time. Wow.
I thought that's when Larry Holmes and Don King had a problem. Wasn't that the boxer rebellion?
Boxer rebellion.
Timeout called by the batter, Jeremy Moyer, as Jensen taking a little too long for his liking. And it's a big pitch. Leadoff batter in the second, and it's a full count. The windup. And it's low, ball 4.
So the way that Fry started the game with a base on balls to par, we get the stint from Jensen here. He starts with a 4-ball walk to Jeremy Moyer.
Steve Moyer steps in, 255 on the year with 13 hits, 1 extra base hit, a double, 6 RBIs, 8 runs scored, and no stolen bases. Trying to bunt the ball, he pops up the ball in foul territory, and Mosteller jumps on it for out number 1.
Mosteller able to find this one. Obviously, the bunt situation, you got to look in front of you. This one comes off the top of the bat, right behind, makes pretty nice play.
Tried to drag bunt.
Yep.
Ball real low, not the kind you normally would pop up that high. As Zaya steps in. Chris batting .341 with 14 hits. And as they chase Jeremy Moyer back, 3 doubles, a triple, 6 RBIs, and 4 runs scored, no stolen bases. Fry's numbers, he pitched an inning, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 base hits, a walk, and he hit a batter. Strike 1. Kind of normal for John Schreiner to be bunting in that situation. He loves to pick up runs one at a time. Certainly, if you have a guy like Funk out there, it's not a bad idea. I'll tell you what, these guys swing the bats pretty well.
They do. They really get around. You know, speed or no speed, they're really on top of the plate.
Never quite understand why a baseball crowd is disappointed when a ball doesn't smash a car.
John Schreiner credits a lot of his success this year, Gary, to a very fine schedule. Said one of the things that these Penn schedule did for him, and only giving 8 games, he was able to get a lot of games outside.
And again, staying alive is Zaya. As again, a huge groan as it hits nothing but pavement. And right now, Bill Exaris is out of baseballs. So the district digs deeper.
Jensen, another of the Ryan Fry, Graff, Mosteller roles, a multiple athlete. Very good split end for Coach Chris Gerhardt.
Boy, having that mic on Bill Exaris, we actually pick up the sweeping motion. The rhythmic dusting of the plate. We go to great lengths here to bring you the sounds of baseball.
Sounds of summer.
The 0-2. Slow curveball. Laying off it. Zaya runs it to 1-2.
Jimmy Steidel just got off his lawn chair and said, time to go, man.
Foul back again. And the count stays at 1-2. Jimmy Steidel, 31 years as the head coach at Pottsville. He's had some great players. How about Chris Nabholz?
Oh.
We saw him win a district championship. Go on and play 6 years in the majors. Ball hit hard up the middle, and that has eyes as it goes through. Heading for third base is Jeremy Moyer. The throw to third is going to create a runner going to second, and that'll be a base hit. And he takes another base on the throw. Probably not a good fundamental play by center fielder Mike Walk.
Certainly great heads-up base running by Zaya.
The third base hit by the Hornets. And again, they've got runners in scoring position, as at second base is Zaya. Third base is Moyer. And we'll get a courtesy runner as Greg Wilsker will run for Zaya. Wilsker for Zaya. Stepping in, Steve Parr. He walked and strolled around on a home run by Sante. Beats it into the ground, and that's going to be a base hit. That should score 2. Moyer scores. Wilsker scores. And it's 5-1 Emmaus.
Well, the inning started off innocently enough with a walk. Then came the foul out on the bunt attempt, but since then, everything has backfired. Zaya hit up the middle, seeing eye. Steve Parr reaches base second time with a 2-run RBI single up the middle against the drawn-in infield.
And here's Sante, who hit a home run in the first, as he put one out over the 360 sign. I think he carried about 380. His second home run of the year. Boy, who would have thought anyone would have had 5 runs off the Blue Eagles in less than 2 innings? Ball 1 in the dirt.
Well, you don't know what to throw, Gary, if you're Naz. If they lay off the breaking ball until it's a strike, and then they jump right on that fastball.
Easy to see why Emmaus ranked #1 in the state. Strike 1, 1-1.
Truly phenomenal pitching. 3 guys under 1 ERA. That's amazing. 0.70 run average for their starters with 140 strikeouts.
There's a hanging curveball that is drilled down the first base line for strike 2, 1-2.
Boy, did Sante sit on that one. Hang it did. Over the outside, he went with it.
He hit a 3-2 pitch over the fence in the first. Tom Mayock will get the call for Freedom on Thursday. And right now, it appears he's going to be facing this Green Hornet lineup. There goes the runner, and the ball hits Sante. Boy, anything and everything that can go wrong for the Blue Eagles they have hit a couple of batters. They've walked a couple of batters. They've given up 4 hits, 1 a home run. And a couple of base hits by Emmaus. Just had eyes right back up the middle. And here comes Grinovisky. Chris was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first. Runners on first and second with 1 out. The only out, an attempt at a sacrifice that was popped up. High curve, ball 1.
But anything to that left-hand side of the infield, Gary, got to go to third. They just can't afford any more runs.
Ball 2, 2-1. Blue Eagles having trouble finding the plate.
And when they get behind you, these batters sitting on them.
Ryan Jensen not having much more luck than Ryan Fry had. The 2-0 pitch, curveball, strike 1. 2-1. Although that pitch looked very appealing. Slow curve, there it goes again, up the middle again. Mike Watt comes up to pick it up, but Steve Parr scores. Paul Sante scores. Double RBI single by Grinovisky. The third ball hit right up the middle by Emmaus. And the Hornets now lead it by a 7-0 score.
Center fielder Brian Martin.
Everyone says the perfect hit, Gary, is right up the middle.
Scoreboard says 6-1, but it's 7-1. 4 runs are in the inning. And they've done it on 3 base hits.
I have 3 runs, Gary.
Oh, you're right.
Sante out
yes.
at second.
Sante is out at second.
Yeah, he first to second on that hit. Scored Paul, so it's 1 RBI.
So runners on first and second, and we'll scratch a run for the moment, as it is 6-1. So the scoreboard right, I was wrong. 1-0. Brian Martin popped up to third baseman Jeff Remmel in the first. He didn't pop up this time. This ball is jumped on. It should be out of here. No, at the base of the fence. 1 run will score, and that should do it. So Sante comes across now on a stand-up double by Brian Martin.
Guess that's why he has 40 RBIs.
41.
41 now.
Going to third, Grinovisky.
It's going to bring out Nazareth coach. We're going to pitching change, Gary. A right fielder is going to be coming in for Nazareth. That's Troy Fry, I believe.
That is Troy Fry. And Nazareth has been snake bitten here in the semifinals. Troy Fry, making his 9th appearance of the year, has pitched in 21 1/3 innings. He is 2-0 on the season with a couple of saves, as he has only pitched in relief. He has given up 26 hits, 16 runs, 12 of them earned, a 3.94 ERA. He has struck out 20.
Fry's going out to right.
And it looks like Ryan Fry now is going to go out to right field.
Ryan Fry goes out to right field. Okay. And pitcher went over. I think that's Fry. Yeah, it's Jensen. Yeah, Remmel goes over to Fry.
So Remmel is going to go back over to third.
No, that's the other Fry.
This is a scorekeeper's nightmare. Remmel goes back over to third. Jensen goes back to shortstop.
Number 16. Okay. He becomes a pitcher.
Katner, come here. What you got this way?
And Wyckoff.
Okay, you got Ryan Fry going from third over to right.
Yeah, so you get this right. Okay, who's the one?
And then Remmel goes back to third base.
Okay. Ryan Fry is in right field now.
We'll just listen in here and try to get it all straightened out.
That's Troy Fry. He's this pitcher.
Right.
And Remmel is at third.
He goes from back to third.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All that's great. What they haven't mentioned is who went to second.
Well, there are 2 of them. Take your choice.
This is like an Evans Costello change.
Coach. All you have is defensive.
Wyckoff is back at second base.
Defensive only, right?
So we're right back basically with the same lineup we had before. A Fry on the mound, it just happens to be Troy. And a Fry in right field, it just happens to be Ryan. So Brian Jensen is roughed up as he only goes a third of an inning. And he has given up 4 runs, but he is responsible for the runners on second and third, Grinovisky and Martin. So his number's certainly not complete yet. As Troy Fry comes in to throw for the Blue Eagles. Troy Fry, a junior. So Fry's first pitch of the game is right on the outside part of the plate as he faces Pat Lowe. Lowe had a base hit in the first.
Looks as if Emmaus will hit around this, and this is the 8th batter.
And only one out. Slow curveball, not waved at by Lowe. Count goes to 1-1. Never fails, though, when we have a doubleheader. Game 1 took an hour and 25 minutes. First 2 innings are going to take an hour and 25 minutes. Beat into the ground. The runner is going. And the only play is the first base, and it's overthrown. A wild throw by Remmel, and that'll score 1. So it'll be an RBI for Lowe. An error on the throw. And we'll take another look at it as Grinovisky scores.
Now batting number 21.
There it is. Plenty of time on this. Not bothered by the runner. He's definitely going for the out at first and simply throws it away. You know, you could say, what could happen next for the Blue Eagles?
So that run will be charged to Jensen, and that will be an earned run because that run would have scored. High slider that stays up there, and a good chase by Remmel. Had it in his glove. It would have been a great catch. It was not.
He does. He gives this one a good battle.
Almost. Strike 1. And to add to the nightmare, Emmaus will bat around, which of course is a scorecard nightmare. Just outside, 1-1. That one, most of the Blue Eagles thought was a strike. Eight to 1. Still in the second. Slow curve, drill. Left center field. On the move is Groff. Groff will play it off the fence. 2 runs are in. Stand-up double by Kevin Walbert. Coming around to score, Martin and Lowe.
Everything they're doing, Gary, is absolutely right. That one just, Bender comes right over the plate. And he is really on it. Now they're finding that gap regularly. Through the infield over second base and the gap in left center.
Now batting number 8, third baseman Jeremy Moyer.
So 7 runs in the inning. All earned. 6 of them charged to Jensen. We bat around. Moyer started this inning off with a walk. Swung on and missed.
Boy, you talk about escalating an ERA, Gary. 1/3 of an inning, six earned runs.
1-1 to Moyer. Walbert at second. High ball 2. There is a 10-run rule in high school baseball. It has to be a 5-inning ball game. And at the moment, Emmaus has a 9-run lead with the 10th run standing out on second base with 1 out. This inning has been a nightmare. A walk to Moyer, a base hit Zaya, a base hit Parr, scored 2. Sante was hit by a pitch. Grinovisky with a 2 RBI base hit. RBI double by Martin. RBI error by Lowe. And Walbert with a 2 RBI double. And the count goes full to Moyer. High, ball 4. Moyer has walked twice in the same inning. The 3rd walk issued by Nazareth pitching. In the 1/3 of an inning, Jensen gives up 6 runs, all earned. He gave up 3 hits, make it 4 hits. Didn't strike anybody out, walked 1 and hit a batter. Steve Moyer steps in. He's made the only out in the inning.
And that was on a sacrifice attempt.
High, ball 1. And I guess with a 9-run lead, you don't sacrifice here. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. The 11th batter in the inning.
Hardest thing right now, Gary, is when that team in white comes off the field and sits in that dugout. You know, faces all the things that, oh my.
Hard smash that gets by Jarrett Brown. Another run will score, the 11th. As Walbert comes around to score. Moving to third base is Jeremy Moyer. And Steve Moyer with an RBI base hit. The 6th hit of the inning by Emmaus. As Chris Zaya steps in. Zaya with a base hit in the inning and a run scored.
Yeah, he hit a good at bat, Gary. He fouled quite a few off.
Runners on the corners. Third base, Jeremy Moyer. First base, Steve Moyer. Slow curve ball in the dirt. 1-0. 11-1.
Already has to be the longest night of Mosteller's life.
And it's early.
It's only the second inning.
Only the second inning, only 1 out. You come up against the Green Hornets, you have to play an almost perfect game. And this has so far been an almost imperfect game. A real contrast to the no-hitter thrown tonight by Scott Garscar. Low ball 3. 3-0.
Yeah, you're going to be asking a great deal from the Freedom, pitchers after Garscar, to hold this team in check. And they'll come. Emmaus will come back with some pretty classy even of their own.
4 pitches, all balls. Zaya is on base, and it loads them up. Staying at third, Moyer. Going to second, Moyer.
Courtesy runner, 1 for 6.
And we have a courtesy runner again for the Green Hornets.
Greg Wilsker, running at first base. Now batting number 4, Steve.
And it's Greg Wilsker again. Wilsker did score in this inning. Seemed like so long ago. I'd love to tell you how many Green Hornets have reached base, but I don't have time to count them. This is Parr. Parr jumps all over that one. Is it going to stay in play? Everybody giving chase, and nobody can get to it. There have been 14 Emmaus base runners in the inning. Parr has already scored 2 runs and has a 2 RBI base hit and a walk.
And that's called no man's land. Landed just out of reach of 3 potential fielders.
The 0-1. Slow curve, foul tip, 0-2. This is the first batter that Nazareth has been ahead 0-2 in the game. Right down the heart of the plate. Out number 2.
With the bases loaded and your leadoff batter up there. Coach Schreiner not too happy with that one.
And here comes Sante. Boy, good pitch there. Home run in the first, hit by a pitch, and scored in the second. A couple of RBIs, 2 runs scored. Jumps on that one, and that's going to go out of play. Just a long foul ball. John Schreiner, you can hear him too, keeping his ball club in the game.
Now, John Schreiner returns a little bit of his home cooking here. Coached at Copley Legion, Whitehall grad, and John, I understand, has moved to Copley now. So he's right at home.
Waiting on that high curveball, but it's a high hopper down to Jensen, and Jensen, with the fielder's choice, eliminates the Stephen King second inning. We'll add up the numbers. I think I have 8 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 error in the inning and 3 men left on base. We'll be back.
I remember my mom going to Walter's Pharmacy. Now I go. Walter's fills my prescription needs quickly. When I can't get away, Walter's comes to me with free delivery. Walter's Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care since 1937. Walter's Pharmacy, 401 North 17th Street in the Allentown Medical Center.
There goes the runner. It's low. There's the throw. And it's a good throw.
The real boys of summer play right here. RCN4, the live wire of communications and the home for Legion baseball.
As we come back to the top of the third, I guess one of the only questions left to be answered is whether or not the long inning affected Matt Funk or not. Still threw a pretty hard fastball there. Matt Wyckoff takes a strike, 349 on the year.
And when you have 7 base on balls to 44 strikeouts ratio, I think it'd be affected.
No extra base hits for Wyckoff, a couple of RBIs, 5 runs scored. Fastball is popped back our way. Strike 2.
Boy, there's something about Funk and his stature on that mound there. He is intimidating. Now, I've been down behind the backstop. I really can't tell how much smoke he's coming with, but boy, he looks cruel out there to hit.
He sure does.
Classy, very classy.
Love to have the radar gun on this kid. He's about the quickest we've seen in a while.
Balls, 2 strikes.
We have just gotten word in the AA semifinal that Saucon Valley won their ball game today. So the Panthers will be in the final. We'll have them for you. Wilson taking on Palisades now in the second ball game.
Saucon Valley, some offensive-minded team there. 20 runs in an earlier district game.
They beat Pine Grove today.
I think it was Jim Thorpe, 20-4.
20-4 is correct. Pine Grove had beaten Southern Lehigh 5-4. Wilson beat Blue Mountain 6-4. And Palisades beat Caddy 11-1. Slow curveball just off the plate, 2-2.
Boy, that 2-strike count, he's looking for Wyckoff to bite. Just laid off.
Very popular call with the Emmaus fans. As that one certainly did look like it was off the plate in the outside part. Strike 3.
Boy, handcuffed him there, Gary.
Strikeout number 4 for Funk.
Now batting number 21, designated hitter.
Watch this guy hum the ball up to the catcher.
Boy, look at that leg kick.
That's in slow motion.
Ooh, high enough.
Designated hitter Jay Orwick steps in, 160 on the year. 9 hits, no extra base hits, 4 RBIs, 12 runs scored, and a couple of stolen bases. Wow, strike 1.
Boy, just enjoy throwing that catcher's glove. When you're sitting on a pad like this, unforgivable if you fall behind in counts.
He is in a groove right now. Struck out 3 of the last 4. 4 of the last 6. The only hit, a Ryan Fry home run. Oh my. right off the mask of Bill Exaris. That clears out the sinuses. Bill making sure the mask is intact.
You notice how the other 3 umpires run in to see if he's all right?
Oh, where's the mic? Wow.
He swallowed it.
Bill is shaken up, and understandably, that was a hard fastball. Came right back into the heart of the mask. The 0-2. It was high, it was outside, it was waved at. You don't have too much time to decide. Strikeout number 5.
Out of the strike zone, he'll come with this one. 5th big strikeout. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Ryan Fry, who started the game by putting one out of the park.
He hit his 6th home run. All of a sudden, things look real good for Nazareth. Nazareth on the board and Fry on the mound. And then the roof fell in. Ball 1. Fry hit a 2-2 pitch out over the left center field fence. One and one. This is the classic challenge. Fastball hitter against a fastball pitcher. Bill Exaris still able to speak lucidly, so that's a good sign. That glove is popping.
It certainly is.
1-2.
And you know what? He's doing such a great job of hitting that target. His first 2 strikeouts inning, he's made him chase. See what he does with Fry.
Zaya says use your head. The signal comes from the bench. The 1-2 pitch. High. Ball 2. 2-2. 2 balls. 2 strikes. 2 balls. The 2-2. High. Ball 3. Count is full. Funk hasn't walked anybody.
2-2 last time. 3-2 this time. Said he's only walked 7 on the year.
Low curve is popped up. It looks like Walbert has a beat on it. He does. And Nazareth goes quietly in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5 innings, it is Emmaus 11 and Nazareth 1 as you get a look at the 3-2 pitch.
Came a little bit of change of speed, Gary. Had him leaning just a little bit, pops it to right. First baseman, easy up.
We move in from center field as Chris Grinovisky steps in. The Hornets batted around in the 2nd. Grinovisky gets hit by a pitch.
2nd time tonight.
So far, the leadoff batter has walked, and been hit by a pitch. That is the 3rd hit batsman of the night. I think everybody hit somebody once. So Brian Martin steps in. That's the 2nd time Grinovisky's been hit. 3rd to hit batsman by the Hornets. And Martin steps in 1 for 2 with an RBI double in that long 2nd inning. Martin popped up to 3rd in the 1st. Hustling back is Grinovisky. I would not think that Emmaus is going to be running here with an 11-1 lead. You normally would not try to rub it in, right, Coach?
No, you're right. Plus, you know, you got your cleanup hitter up there coming off an extra base hit. You want to give him a good swing.
But Nazareth doesn't believe that.
It's 11-1, buddy. Go to the plate.
Somebody in the stands, however, understands the situation. And somebody yelled it's 11-1, throw to the plate. Foul foul back, and the runner was going. So I take back everything I said. Might have been a little hit and run.
A little bit of hit and run, you're right. He waited on that, too. Tried to go to left. You have his shortstop breaking to cover second on the running situation. And, boy, he tried to time it. And Martin just got the outside pitch and lofted it foul.
So the 0-1. Slow curve, pitch out. 1-1.
Oh, the wheels are still turning, Gary.
Well, you know, I guess one thing that has to be considered is the 10-run rule. So if you're only up by 10, maybe you want to get up by 11. The Blue Eagles, if this score remains the way it is, are only going to get 2 more batting opportunities. So maybe another run is pretty good insurance. And the runner fakes going, and this ball is hit hard. Out to Groff. Groff seems to be under this one, and he puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting number 16, Pat Lowe.
Pat Lowe, our next batter, he's also reached base twice. Once an error and once on a single to right.
Has an RBI, has a run scored. Lowe, the DH. Back to first base. Grinovisky. There goes the runner. A hit and run again. Perfectly executed. Dremel was moving for some reason to his right, and the ball was hit to his left.
Tell you what interests me, Gary, is your for some reason. Why? The guy, I don't think is going to go first to third on the hit run. And actually, that cost him fielding that play.
The 9th hit of the game by Emmaus. The 3rd given up by Fry. Slow curve inside, ball 1. And again, our thanks to Bill Palaha. Nobody takes care of us better than Bill does.
Walbert had a line drive double to left his last time up.
Everybody had at least a double that last time up, didn't they? 2-0.
Of the stinging variety, too.
Yeah, it was a 2 RBI double. Grounded into a double play in the first. Walbert was the 9th batter of the inning. And last inning in the 2nd.
They will not put our scorecards in the Hall of Fame, Gary. Wow. I even have one WW in here. Wasn't watching.
It has been a tough day so far on the visitors. Well, fouled, a bad pitch, but going after it was Walbert. Pottsville, they were the visiting team in game 1, had no hits. Nazareth, the visiting team here, with 1 hit.
Yeah, the leadoff home run by Fry.
Freedom's in the final, but they're at an awards banquet right now. They'll probably run home and watch this one on TV.
They'll probably come back here and watch it live.
Do a little scouting. Yeah. Great hospitality here at Copley Valiant Stadium. We'll be spending plenty of time here this summer. It just means we'll get fatter. Low and outside. Ball 3, 3-2.
Full again, Gary. Well, you think about moving the runners now. You know, if you're playing very conscious of that 10-run rule. John Schreiner going through the gyrations down at third.
Nazareth pitching has already walked 4 Green Hornets. Runners are going. High ball. No, they're not. They just faked.
Well, they got messed up. Man from second broke back after a fake start. The man from first broke toward second, you almost had two guys ending up on second.
The bad news for Nazareth, it was just simply ball 4. The bases are loaded with Green Hornets. As Jeremy Moyer steps in, and this guy's done nothing but walk. Walked twice in the same inning. Ran full counts both times. Scored a run. Hit hard. Second base. Wyckoff fires over to Jensen, and they get the double play. And just like that, the Blue Eagles are out of the inning, 4-6 to 3. And so no damage, no runs. One hit in the inning. There were no errors, and there was one runner left on base. We have gone through 3 full. Chris Michael will be coming to the microphone. 11-1 in favor of Emmaus. Stay with us.
Everyone knows the Brass Rail has terrific cheesesteaks, but now there's another reason to visit the Brass Rail. Our great breakfast menu. Start your day off right with all-time favorites like Eggs Benedict with our unique breakfast potatoes, or waffles with fruit topping. Or how about the house specialty, a cheese steak omelet? The Brass Rail has 2 convenient locations, 3015 Lehigh Street and the original Brass Rail at 1137 Hamilton Street. Begin your day at the Brass Rail, where our menu sets us apart.
Back at Balliet Stadium for the top of the 4th inning. Emmaus well out in front of Nazareth, 11-1. It'll be Justin Graff, Brian Jensen, and Troy Fry leading off. And I know this isn't too much sympathy for Nazareth, but when you look at their starting lineups, 1 through 6, most of these guys are going to be coming back.
Yeah, they are a bit youthful yet.
Justin Graff leading off, the left fielder. Grounded out to second in his first at-bat, takes a fastball right down the middle. And Matt Funk, some pitchers you may worry about getting out to a big lead. They might start experimenting a bit, and he's just rearing back and throwing.
Yeah, he knows what's in the offing now, the shortened game situation. Ryan Fry hits a leadoff homer. Since then, 9 straight. Amazing thing about it, Chris, of those 9 outs, only 1 has been on the ground. An unassisted ground out to Jarrett Brown at first. Other than that, you know, you have 5 Ks and 3 fly balls.
Hey, he throws that rising fastball, and he does get a lot of pop-ups.
Yep.
After a breaking ball in the dirt, he misses 2 balls and 1 strike. You know, tonight we're seeing an excellent example of Emmaus' offense, but the thing that has impressed me the past 2 years is their pitching, not only their talent, as Funk fires a fastball on the inside corner, but their surplus of left-handers. Last year, 5 of their 6 top lefties were southpaws, and most of them came back.
And I guess this year they have three lefties, not in their starting rotation, but 3 good lefties, and first 2 are lefties.
2-2 pitch, jams Graff, and he fouls it back up our way and off to our right. Count remains 2-2.
Has him swinging at his pitches now. Great at getting ahead in the count. Saying to Gary, he's an awesome figure out there. You know, and I can't figure what it is. He's smooth. The way he bangs that glove, I guess.
There's that big high leg kick that he lowers it a bit when there's a man on base. Another called 3rd strike. 6th strikeout, 3rd looking. Not too much trickery here. Just painted the corner well.
10 in a row retired. And of the last 1, 2, 3, 5 out of the last 7 strikeouts.
That'll bring up Brian Jensen, another strikeout victim, his first at-bat. Change up, over for a strike, no balls and 1 strike.
I'll tell you, and maybe it's because he's an assistant coach down there, but looks a lot like Rob Gronkowski. Remember when Rob was pitching for Whitehall and Copley? He reminds me a great deal of him.
Lanky left-hander.
Yeah, and I know Rob is an assistant on their staff down there.
That one misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Gunnar also played first base, I believe, and I think Matt might have played first.
Gunner's still hitting.
Big leg kick. Pop the glove with that one. They appeal down to first.
Great appeal.
And that will nail Jensen.
Very, very alertly. Watch this. catcher asks for the appeal, gets it.
So
Punch him out.
2 quick punch outs. That'll bring up the pitcher, Troy Fry.
That's 4 in a row, Chris. 4 strikeouts in a row. No, 4 of the last 5.
I think you had a WW for Ryan Fry there.
That was a WW.
4 of the last 5 have been strikeouts.
Whoa.
Fly ball right field. This is a fair ball. Moyer chasing after it. That gets buried in the corner. Moyer has a good arm. And Fry's going to try for third. He's going to get there. They did not throw the relay. Chris Granovinsky just walked it back to the infield all the way, and they gave him third base. He was around second and was going to go to third no matter what, and Emmaus just let him have it. So a triple for Fry.
I'll tell you, only 2 hits for the Eagles, but boy, they really smoked him. One over the fence by Mr. Ryan Fry, and this one to deep right by Troy Fry. Cousins, I believe.
That is the first hit since Ryan Fry in the first inning. And Troy Fry, the pitcher, is going to get a courtesy runner.
That's Matt.
Got a courtesy runner.
Is that Matt Walk?
Courtesy runner, sir.
Number 7?
That is indeed Matt Walk. I believe that's Mike's younger brother. So Mike Walk will step in with Matt on at third. 2 outs. And Nazareth needing a bunch. Fouled on the right field side, out of play.
Well, that's a big run for Nazareth.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 10-run rule.
At this point, all they need is one to stay in the game. That's first and foremost on the priority list. Mike struck out in his first at bat. Funk working out of the full windup. 0-1 pitch. Missed off the inside corner.
Good news being they got the triple to possibly take away the 10-run rule. The bad news is after 2 are out.
One over for a strike. It looked like Mike wanted to pull the trigger, but couldn't get it around fast enough.
Well, he's a K to his credit in the second inning.
See if Matt Funk goes back to the high heat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He does. Misses high.
I don't know if it's that Mike waving the ump or what, but that glove is cracking.
No, I think that's natural. I heard it up here without the headphones on.
A little change up there.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, full count. Matt, this is something Matt hasn't done tonight, is fool around. Usually he'll play with 1 or 2 breaking balls. And full count pitch, inside corner. He strikes out the side, sandwiching around a triple by Troy Fry. Now there's a look.
Boy, he did paint that corner. Go ahead, Chris.
The 7th strikeout, and Nazareth is retired. 1-2 and a third.
That's the first runner left on base for the Blue Eagles.
So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Emmaus again well out in front as Nazareth fails to get that 1 run to negate the 10-run rule. We'll have 1 more crack at that. You know, it's a long night when they start getting out the Mexican hat dance to play between innings. Steve Moyer will step in. He's probably had the worst night in the lineup. He's 1 for 2. Smacks one on the right side. Fielded by Wyckoff, and he throws out S. Moyer. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, that's one thing that has not been happening too often for Nazareth, the easy outs. Little ground ball there to the second baseman. Have yourself 1 easy one after 1 pitch.
And also for the first time in the ball game, Emmaus' first batter is retired. Bringing up Chris Zaya, the catcher. He's the 9-hole hitter, and he came in batting over 340. Troy Fry, still on the mound for Nazareth, has settled in. And has struck out 1 batter since coming in relief. He's the 3rd Blue Eagle pitcher following Ryan Fry and Brian Jensen. 1-0 pitch sails outside and high. 2 balls and no strikes.
Steve Barr, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle, and that will be his 4th at-bat in 4 innings.
Crowd has stayed around, as you guys have mentioned, a very nice crowd here. People were coming in late up until the 3rd inning, and not too many people have left despite the score. Troy Fry misses, 3 balls and no strikes. Zaya, a left-handed hitting catcher, steps in, takes one as it catches the corner. Talked about Nazareth's youth. The heart of Emmaus's order is graduating this year. They lose a lot of people, in particular Paul Sante and Brian Martin, who have started for several years.
You know, I was checking over after you had said that, Chris. I was checking over the Nazareth lineup. They do lose their first 3. Ryan Fry, Justin Graff, Brian Jensen are all seniors, so they'll be losing them.
3 balls and 2 strikes. And he misses with a fastball high. So Zaya draws his 2nd walk of the night.
There comes his usual runner. Boy, and he took an extra base in his first at bat on a single to center. Went to second on the throw. I looked around, he was being courtesy runnered for.
Yeah, Wilsker comes back in for him, the designated courtesy runner. And that will turn over the lineup once again. Steve Parr, as Coach mentioned, his 4th at-bat of the night. 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Breaking ball misses low and away.
Parr 1 for 2 on the night with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
It has not been a fun night for pitchers, at least as far as the Blue Eagles are concerned, but Matt Funk and earlier Scott Garskar from Freedom had fabulous pitching performances in the heat. Freedom 6-0 winners in Game 1 of the District 11 semifinal playoff. Parr back into the box. And Fry misses again high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Old adage in baseball. First thing out of the coach's mouth, must throw strikes. Must throw strikes.
Got that one over for a strike. We've seen the aces go for Emmaus and Freedom so far, and it's going to be interesting to see who they'll throw in Game 2, but they do go pretty deep in the pitching rotation.
Yes, they do.
Chopper up the middle and through again, through the box and into center field for a hit. Wilsker will move all the way to 3rd, and Parr with a good speed gets to 2nd as they were a little bit late getting that ball in, and plus that tall grass out there slowed things down a bit.
Yeah, they sort of nonchalanted that one, and I tell you, Emmaus, you would never know that's their 10 up. They're playing like an even ball game. Here you see it, skitters through. I don't know, right here, maybe a little ticking time here.
Yeah, the runners did not slow down. And Paul Sante will step in. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer, 2 runs scored on the night. Also got plunked by a pitch, and he takes the first one over for a strike.
Looking ahead, Ryan Amy appears to be the Emmaus starter in the district final on Thursday. He's 4-1 with an 0.94, although Christian Fretz is 5-0 with 2 saves.
Fretz is the right-hander, and I believe Amy throws from the south side, one of those 3 southpaws that are really outstanding for Emmaus. Paul Sante takes one outside.
They even have a 4th pitcher, Matt Wiltrout, who's 2-0 with a 102 earned run average.
Sante looking down for some signs from John Schreiner, and Not too much on, but the batters have been taking a long look down the third base line. As we've seen some runners taking off despite the 10-run lead. Sante just gets a piece of that, foul right at the plate.
And he got a piece of Mosteller too, although you'd never know. He shrugs most of those off.
It is the longest night of all for the catcher.
No, the announcers. We were here one game before him.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Swatted into the air, right center field. Martin and Moyer, or excuse me, Walk and Fry were giving chase. Ball drops in, and the throw gets loose in the infield as Sante moves up to second base. Wilsker scored easily.
That's E all the way. I cannot believe it looked like a basket catch at them. One of the lights or what it is. Watch this.
Yeah, he appeared to have it lined
high,
up.
long, perfect time to get under it. Must have been the lights. He goes for the basket catch.
That's a common problem in right field here. Team's not used to the lights, although Nazareth was here last week, but Ryan Fry didn't play in right field last week.
Well, we're going to give him an RBI. That would have certainly
One
scored
RBI.
the run at the third, yeah.
So Chris Granovinsky will step in. He's been on base all 3 times. Ryan Fry was on the Mountain Valley Conference team, both at pitcher and at third base. I don't know how much time he spent in right field this year.
How about two all-star appearances, same guy in 2 positions. Good breaking ball. Good breaking ball.
Bender catches. No balls and 2 strikes to Granovinsky. Granovinsky's another one of these players that has been a starter for the past couple seasons.
He's almost a trivia mark tonight. Hit twice.
That with a single. Got jammed. He loops it to shortstop. Jensen throws on the run and gets him. But Parr comes in to score. Sante moves up to third. Not an exchange that Nazareth would like. They trade the out for another run. And of course, Nazareth is over the limit. Here's a look at Jensen's play.
Brian Martin steps in for Emmaus, 1-3 on the right.
So now at 2 outs, Brian Martin will step in. I guess
gotten the ball in the air all 3 times. Pop up to third, a double to left, and a fly out to left.
And by Emmaus' standards tonight, he's not doing real well. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Also knocked in a run. This is whacked on the left side. Graff going back. Looks like he has some room. He does. And he retires Brian Martin for the 2nd time to left field. So for Emmaus, they have 2 runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left on base. After 4 full, Emmaus now leads 13-1.
Becker Subaru says if you want an all-wheel drive Subaru Outback, don't buy used, don't buy a demo. Don't even buy a 98 leftover when you can own a brand new 99 Outback for under $20,000. This Outback is well equipped with air, cassette, alloy wheels, power windows, locks, and much more, plus the safety of all-wheel drive. The 99 Subaru Outback, just $19,990 right now and only at Becker Subaru in Westville.
Welcome back, Gary Laubach, Dick Tracy. Thanks to Chris Michael for his good inning of work. Normally would have kept Chris around for another inning, but this may very well be the last half inning as Emmaus adds a couple of insurance runs and they now lead by 12. And this could very well be Nazareth's last time at bat for the 1999 season. They'll send up Mosteller, Brown, and Wyckoff, we think, although it looks like they're going to go to some pinch hitters. So we will hold everything. I think Mosteller is going to bat. but I don't believe Wyckoff or Orwick is going to get a shot.
Number 23, catcher Walt Mosteller.
So Walt Mosteller will step in. Mosteller struck out in the second. It has been a great outing for Matt Funk so far, as he's been nothing shy of spectacular. And Dick, we would really be showering him with huge accolades if not for the no-hitter thrown in the earlier ball game.
Garrett's going to be 15. Eric Smith is going to step on deck for Jared Brown, so he'll be the first pinch hitter of this inning.
1-1 to Mosteller.
Mosteller was a called third strike victim in his only time up tonight.
Just off the outside part of the plate, 2-1. We'll be back here Thursday night, doubleheader baseball action. We'll have Freedom Emmaus in our late ball game. Saucon Valley against either Wilson or Palisades. And then we'll have doubleheader softball action coming your way also.
I understand we're going to watch some hoops over the weekend, you and I, too.
We are. We've got Cedar Beach 3-on-3 tournament on Sunday. Dick and I will be down there.
Third, you and I, but it's 3-on-3.
It's 3-on-3.
You shoot and I rebound. You shoot for both.
Well, it's going to actually be two guys on Channel 4, so that's 3-on-3. It's swung on and missed, and the heat continues out of Matt Funk, as that is his 9th strikeout of this baseball game, and this has been so far a shortened 10-run rule baseball game, it appears. Stepping in, as Dick said, will be Eric Smith, number 15 for the Blue Eagles. Smith batting for Jared Brown. Smith on the season is batting 200. Strike one.
And a nice gesture here by Coach Prosser. He's going to have another pinch hitter on deck there. He's going to play.
You got to start feeling for the Blue Eagles a little bit, Dick. They seem to get to this point every single year, and they just can't seem to get over the hump.
4 years running in the MVC
championship.
Wow.
All of them won by Northampton until this year. Freedom beat them, so they just can't seem to latch on to any gold. And they had to think that their chances were pretty good tonight, coming in with their ace, Ryan Fry. Was not to be, as the numbers indicate. And stepping up cold against a Matt Funk, certainly not a way to make a living either.
Well, especially when 7 out of the last 9 batters are K'd. 3 of those are called.
Brent Sargent will step in. He may very well be the last Blue Eagle batter for 1999. 10 strikeouts by Funk in the game. Outside, ball one.
You're looking ahead, Gary. You got it with that scoreboard. You're saying, did Freedom leave enough, on the mound to come back and compete, with this situation? You never know, of course.
Did you get that?
But you would say that this is going to be decided. Freedom would be a decided underdog coming in, but hey, they're used to that all year.
That's they've gotten some good pitching out of their the guys other than Garskar.
In your interview, what do you call him? The guy from Oklahoma.
Yeah, and the guy from Oklahoma is a pretty good chucker. But you would think, you are absolutely right, that Emmaus would come in as a rather heavy favorite in that ball game, but I wouldn't want to bet against Freedom this year. You talk about a Cinderella team. They have done some amazing things this season. 2-2.
And with Amy G's created, Garskar's liable to be DH and bat cleanup or something. Go for 4. Why not? Done everything else.
If this is indeed the 15th out of the ball game, and it's a K, it would be the 11th strikeout out of 15 outs. High, ball 3. 3-2. So he runs the count full for the 3rd time in the game. He has not walked anybody. He's given up 1 run on a couple of hits. I think we have a 5 o'clock start for Thursday, and there's ball 4, the first walk of the game. That's because the fans weren't up on their feet cheering like they were supposed to be. Jay Orwick now will step in and bat for the first time. Or check it, that's number 5, it's Remmel. Jeff Remmel stepping in.
Remmel batting for himself. Remmel batting for himself.
Doesn't everybody bat for themselves?
I guess.
Orwick was in this spot in the lineup as a DH. Remmel, of course, has been all over the field tonight with all kinds of multiple changes, so he'll step in and bat.
Well, it's first base on balls that Funk has given up, Gary.
And we get confirmation from John Squasha that we will have a 5 o'clock start here. We'll be on the air on Thursday night at 7:30. Ball 1 to Remmel. You might be looking at 4-on-4 on Thursday. 2 baseball, 2 softball. All championships. 1-1.
So if you're looking for any negatives, if Funk is going to criticize himself, Gary, it's going to be for his only base on ball of the night.
And that ball fouled back. Count goes to 1-2. And now the fans are supposed to be up on their feet applauding. They just haven't watched enough Major League Baseball. Well, the Emmaus fans are applauding. They're just not prepared to stand yet. The winners had great pitching performances tonight. Garskar, no-hitter for Freedom. Funk, at the moment, a 2-hitter.
Foul ball, foul ball.
Bill Exaris exuding everyone to hold everything, as that was a foul ball.
Count will stay the same. Couldn't bowl the bat back in time. Ended up with a foul ball. Count stays at 2-2. 1-2.
High, ball 2, 2-2.
Ryan Fry on deck. He would love to get one more scholastic at bat.
Wouldn't he love to make this game go to the 6th and 7th inning?
That's right. 2 would be on.
The 2-2 pitch. Inside. There goes the runner.
No one covered.
Nobody covering. And the runner will now go to third base. As Remmel runs the count to 3-2. And Sargent goes from first to third on the stolen base. Error of omission.
Fry standing the on deck. Take it. No matter where it is, take it.
Again, can Funk get the final K? The 3-2 pitch. Slow curve. He's got it. And Emmaus is going to the District 11 Class 3A Championship as Matt Funk strikes out 11 Nazareth Blue Eagles tonight as Emmaus wins this ball game by a 13-1 score. And Dick, after a 13-1 win here and a 9-3 win over Northampton, Emmaus is certainly playing great baseball.
Yeah, the district was fortunate enough, Gary, to have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds in the semis. But out of those 4 teams, Emmaus was the only one who didn't have to go to the limit. All other games, all other winners were 1-run winners. Emmaus romped 9-3, had it pretty easy, and they certainly had it easy this evening.
The line score tonight for Nazareth, 1 run on 2 hits. They committed 4 errors in the game, and they left 1 runner on base. That runner in the 5th inning on the 10-run shortened ball game. Emmaus 13 runs on 10 hits. They committed no errors in the ball game, and they left 5 runners on bases. They left the bases loaded in the 2nd inning, an inning in which they scored 8 runs on 6 hits as they sent to the plate 14 batters. So Emmaus against Freedom Thursday night in the classic matchup. 2 outstanding teams. The Mountain Valley Conference champion will take on the East Penn Conference champion. Saucon Valley will take on the winner of Wilson and Palisades. Wilson, of course, the Colonial League champion this year, and they were favored to beat Palisades in tonight's 8 o'clock game. Doubleheader softball action for you also on Thursday. So there you have it. Our 2 winners tonight, Freedom And Emmaus 13-1. Emmaus wins this one. For Dick Tracy, for Chris Michael, for our entire crew, Rick Kehoe, our boss this evening, for all of us at RCN4 Sports, as always, we thank you very much for watching. I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.
This is RCN of Pennsylvania, the live wire of communications. RCN's corporate offices are located in Princeton, New Jersey, with affiliates in New York City, Boston, Washington, and here at our Allentown facility located on Norbath Boulevard in East Allen Township. Join us next time when RCN 4 presents these local programs.